Hmm. Hello, and welcome back. My name is Curtis Kaboom. Don't mind me, I was just reading about the first Thanksgiving. Speaking of firsts, today for my channel I'm going to make a video about my first holiday-themed horror movie. So, this is one that I've kind of wanted to watch, but I've been a little bit iffy because I'm not really too keen on the director. We'll find out how I like it with my review of Thanksgiving. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thanksgiving is a 2023 holiday-themed horror movie directed by Eli Roth. And this movie has a pretty fun little origin in case you don't know it. It started off as a fake movie trailer in 2007's Grindhouse double feature of Death Proof and Planet Terror. I really think that it's fun that Eli Roth put so much work into making that little trailer into a reality. Now, to start this review, I'm gonna be a little bit honest here and say I've never really liked very many Eli Roth horror movies. He was always someone who I felt was more style over substance, which is weird to say about horror movies because a lot of them are that way. His big draw is, of course, his gross-out special effects. And I'll start there by saying that this movie is no different in that aspect. The blood and guts is very believable in this movie, and it will definitely draw you in if you're into that kind of thing. They do a very good job of taking those holiday-themed kills that you expect and making them very realistic, which is probably the most important part of these holiday-themed horror movies. If you see a Valentine's Day horror movie, you expect somebody's heart to get ripped out. If you see a 4th of July Day horror movie, you expect somebody to be shot in the eye with a bottle rocket. So a lot of the stuff that you would expect to see in this kind of movie are definitely there. But they take it one step further and are very creative with some of the stuff that you would never even imagine. The only kill that I knew going into this was, of course, the turkey kill, which, if you know anything about this movie, you probably already know about this one, but it perfectly represents Eli Roth's style of gross-out goofiness. You'll definitely see a lot of realistic-looking heads rolling around on the ground, and I think that the actors who originally play those heads before they're rolling around on the ground do a great job. I only recognized a few faces, but everyone in this movie does really well for being the most generic slasher victims I think I've ever seen. The bully, the jock, the popular girl, the evil stepmom, all of the tropes are all there. And for the most part, this entire movie is playing to the slasher movie trope of everyone's just so unlikable, so you kinda want them to be killed. Which I think is always the better call to do when you're trying to make something that's a fun slasher. Speaking of which, the slasher in this movie, named John Carver, is very well done too. I thought that it's a very simple design, but still stands out as being creepy and creative. And the main motivation for this killer taking revenge on this small group of people is because last year, during a crazy Black Friday sale, a massacre happened where a ton of people got trampled for free waffle irons. Now, I've never actually used a waffle iron, but I feel like that's pretty good motivation to run over a bunch of people. And I think that most of this movie is a mystery on trying to figure out who John Carver is before he takes his next victim. But I'll be honest, it's pretty obvious from the get-go. Whoever your gut is saying is probably the killer, you're probably right. There's a couple red herrings, but I found it very funny where halfway through the movie, they confront somebody about being the killer, and his entire alibi is just, no, I didn't do it, I only buy drugs off of that guy. And then he literally disappears for almost the entirety of the rest of the movie. Okay, guess we're just done with that plot thread. So, to wrap this up, I thought that Thanksgiving was a bloody fun time. Sure, there's a lot of stuff in this movie that's generic, but it's just like one step past generic that it's still creative enough that I could see people really liking this and coming back to it every Thanksgiving if they wanted to. In fact, I think that this might be my favorite Eli Roth movie that I've seen so far. I really feel like he's made for the slasher genre. His eye for detail for blood and gore is above most other slasher movie directors, and he likes to keep things campy and fun like the slasher genre kind of is known for. So, if you're looking for something to watch this Thanksgiving that will definitely traumatize everybody at the kiddie table, then yeah, I hope you watch and enjoy Thanksgiving as much as I did. And finally, Happy Thanksgiving!